How you doing? I'm Jeff with Jeff's Lawn Landscaping. I want to get on here and do a 2023 hand tools setup. So this is what I'm going to start out with. Who knows what I'll end up with in 2023, but this is what I'm starting out with, and there's probably a few more things that I'll get, may replace a few things, but like I said, this is what I'm starting out with. So I got 4 weed eaters and what I call a weed eater hedge trimmer, and then 3 of the handheld hedge trimmers, and then 4 blowers. So you may be thinking, why did I have so many for a one-man crew? Well, I'm a one-man crew, and then I may end up hiring somebody this year. You never know, but I like having really more than what I might need, and a lot of times I'll get to running something, have problems with it, and put it in there, and it'll in the shop, and it'll take a little while to get it back. So I'll end up, when I take it to the shop, I'll go buy me another one. But what I want to do, and there may be a few in here that I need to get rid of, but as they start getting older, and I start having to take them to the shop quite often, then I just try to get rid of it. A lot of times I might give it to somebody, or something like that. But there's some older ones that I may end up replacing this year, and I want to get another hedge trimmer like this, the weed eater hedge trimmer. I like it pretty good. The thing about it, when I bought it, and I've had it for, I think we're going on 3 years that I had it for, and it's been a pretty good one. Some people was saying, it was a lot that I gave for it, but I ended up buying it and doing a couple jobs and pretty much got my money back. So the first 2 jobs I'd done, come close to paying for it, or did pay for it, and then I've had it for a couple years since then. So I feel like you go out and buy stuff like that, and you're going to make money with it. You'll get your money back. If you're just starting out, you may not want to start out with as expensive one, which is understanding. That's the same thing I done. I actually started out with a hedge trimmer like this, and I liked it pretty good and figured that's all I'd end up using. And then I started getting into taller, bigger hedges and stuff, and then I ended up wanting to get this other bigger hedge trimmer. But I started out with one of these and just ran it for a few years until I started having problems with it. Like I said, I took it into the shop and bought me another one. But if you start out that way, you might be able to start out with one, get away with it with a year, and maybe not have no trouble out of it. But you get one, you start getting your money built up, you may end up wanting to at least get another one like it, or get a step up and get one of these. But I definitely would try, when you could, to get a backup, because one thing I always hated, or what I always thought of when I got out on the job, I'd hate to have just like one hedge trimmer or one weed eater if you're mowing, and you get out there and you're halfway done and the weed eater or hedge trimmer tears up. I'm always thinking, man, I don't want to go tell the person, well, my weed eater hedge trimmer tore up, let me run and get one and I'll be back. To me, I feel like that's not very professional, and they might question, is he or she be able to be dependable. So I always like having 2 of everything, to where if you get out there and something goes down, you can grab the other. So I definitely try to get a backup as soon as you can. And then the weed eaters here, I mainly go with these here, and we'll look at the back of it. See if you can see it. FS70R, and that's these all three here is the same. The problem I had last year is I went up there where I go to buy them. I was going to buy another one just like it, because usually what I do is I get something that I like, I try to stick with it. But when I went up there to buy another weed eater at the time, I don't know if they was having some kind of shortage or what, but they didn't have these in stock. So I didn't really get much, you know, there wasn't much there to pick from. So I ended up getting this one here, which is FS56RC. It's actually a little bit lighter of a weed eater. But like I said, when they didn't have the other ones, and I was needing one because I was having trouble with some of these, you know, you gotta get what you can get there. But it's been a pretty good one. So it's worked out pretty good for me. And you know, I feel like what I gave for it and everything, if it even lasts a few years, you know, I should get my money back on that. And then the blowers, I actually don't even have a backpack blower. I've thought about getting one the last couple years, just haven't got around to doing it. I really don't do a lot of leaf jobs, so that's the main reason I'd like to have one, which it'd be kind of nice when you're out mowing to have one. You know, especially if you're mowing and the sidewalks is a little bit wet, the grass is wet, and you know, these may not be as strong to blow them off. You know, it'd be nice to have one for that reason. But to tell you the truth, one of the reasons why I kind of stay away from the backpack blowers is, you know, if I get out working and somebody steals one, I always felt like these handheld blowers is cheaper than a backpack blower. So, you know, you wouldn't be taking as much of a loss if they stole one of these, which I don't want them to steal one of these either. But, you know, that's one of the reasons. But like I said, I may end up, depending on how things are going, may end up buying a backpack blower this year for when it's wet. And who knows, I might get a backpack blower and not go back to a handheld. But yeah, I may end up doing that. And then this one here, this is actually, like I said, handheld, but it's a BG86. So it's pretty powerful for a handheld blower. That's what I was telling them, that I didn't really want to go to a backpack blower, so I ended up going with this one, with it being a little bit stronger. These here, let's see, it says, let's see if I can get it. Oh, let's see what this says. So it's BG56C. So yeah, it's a little lighter, and it's not as strong as a blower as the other one, but that's actually what I started out with, and it worked out pretty good. But like I said, if you want to get into the heavy leaves and stuff, you know, you might want to look into getting a backpack blower. This one here, the what size it is off, so I don't know if it's the same size as this one here, and it's an old one. These are two of my older ones. Who knows, I get going, I'm not sure how good they're going to run, but if they're running, I feel like I might as well run them as long as they're working good. But if I go to replace, who knows, these here, if they hold up good. You know, like I said, they're the two of the newer ones. I may just end up doing away with these two older ones if I start having problems, and replace it with a backpack blower. Then that way I'd have the two handhelds and one backpack. But yeah, I just wanted to set up all this and show you what I'm starting out with this year, and I'd appreciate it if you would hit like, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. And I want to say, I don't say it a lot, but I appreciate all the people that has subscribed to my channel and watch and follow along and leave comments. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I don't say it enough, but it means a lot to me. And I get on here and show videos. I actually didn't show one yesterday and Friday when I done a short video, and it was Friday morning. So here it is Sunday afternoon, and seems like it's been a while for me. So I like getting on here showing videos and talking about the equipment. You know, it's not something, I don't want people to think that I'm on here bragging at the equipment stuff I have, because there's always somebody that has something bigger and better and than what I have. I just enjoy talking about the equipment and all this stuff in the business, and I like it when people leave comments and talk about their business, and we talk back and forth. So I appreciate you watching this, and like I said, I appreciate if you check out some of my other videos, and I'll talk to you next time.